Thank you. Frame 14, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
And it's interesting to see Ronnie how he's decided to break off right-handed a lot of times during this year's World Championship. Throughout the season he's been breaking off left-handed and playing the other way around really, rather than playing next to the brown and coming around those three cushions. He's been going the other way around.
Well, most times when he's broke off so far this afternoon, he's left a chance half-ball pot. At least he's not left a straightforward pot. John just having a look at the possibilities of the plant. And they could be made. There's a little gap between them. There's a chance of this. Well, you can't get much closer than that without it going in. Now he needs the yellow to come to his rescue, and it has.
And at first glance, not an easy safety shot. You can see the left-hand side of the pack. So this is another chance at the plant here. We see it, and no, it just shows you how tight these are, doesn't it? Just playing into the side of the pack, didn't want to risk going into balk. If it's touching, he could find himself in trouble because John can put the cue ball right in the jaws of the green pocket.
Obviously not touching. If it had been, then the referee would have declared it. There is a possibility here that we could get to a stalemate situation, particularly with that red over the corner. There's no path back to balk. It's just going to be tip-tapping. They may look at one another and say re-rack. This is why billiards never caught on.
Maybe touching this time, and it is. Now, I agree with you. That would have definitely been a re-rack if they'd have had one more shot each, and if they hadn't have been a touching ball, it would have been easy to have them set up. Ronnie's just making sure that there's going to be no easy plant on if he plays down into the green pocket. But in fairness, if they get the plant from that distance, they deserve to get it. You've got to play an attacking safety shot here.
Yes, you would think he'd be concentrating on using the blue as the blocker and get a good length with the cue ball. Just getting the on near the jaws, the far left corner. He's had a look. Just coming up to the minute thinking time. That's unusual for Ronnie. But he knows the importance of this. The problem is, if he could get his hand on the table, this would be easy, but just striking over a ball, it's always a little bit more difficult.
Yes, the blue was the stopping ball that John talked about, and this safety shot now is fraught with danger. Once again, you can see the outside of the pack, but can he get the cue ball in exactly the same position it is now? If he can't, he may even roll up into the pack again, which looks like being his choice. Oh, this is dangerous. He's underhit that by an absolute mile, surely. Well, is that the worst shot you've ever seen John Higgins play?
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
Well, it's not far short of it.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable.
Thank you. 1.
Ronnie a little bit short with that position, but that was bad misjudgment from John and could be very costly. I'm sure Ronnie, in playing this, will try and hold for the
6.
black. You play this with lots of bottom and lots of follow through, just to drag it, to slow the cue ball down.
7.
I think the bottom red of the pack will pot in the left-hand corner, so he doesn't have to play into them here. Just coming around now to have a look at what angle he would like. This is worrying times now for John Higgins. He looks like he could go 4 frames behind again here. You'd expect O'Sullivan to make at least 50 from here, if not more.
Yes, and of course if Ronnie O'Sullivan was to win this frame, he'd be guaranteed
14.
a 2-frame advantage. Going into the
15.
final session, and he couldn't have played that any better. That's worked out absolutely perfect.
Never misses a trick, does he? A lot of players there would have played that slowish. Okay, to bring another 2 reds into play, but just to make sure he got on the black. But he thought this is a frame-winning opportunity, as we always try and talk about on commentary, that some of the players refuse to do that. They'd rather make sure of 30 or 40. Ronnie wants to win the frame at one visit, and that's why he played the stun run through rather than the little roll through. And boy, did it work out good.
22.
Just keep an eye on this. He could have ran through nice and easy, but played it with power. There you see the stun first, the white stopped, and then ran forward. And that one shot has
23.
developed this frame with an opportunity now.
Thank you.
Well, he went too straight on the black, and that's why he left himself what I will describe as a tricky red. A tricky red.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 30.
Well, I've got to be honest, he overran the position on the when he potted the black. He needed that cue ball to stay right close to the black, but I couldn't believe that both players now have missed cuts. All cuts have been missed, haven't they? Cut blue into the middle, cut red into the middle, and now a cut red into the corner. There's no one better than knowing how much this will hurt O'Sullivan than John Higgins in trying to win this frame now. He'll be horrified having not won the frame from there.
Yes, and as we were eulogising about that red that Ronnie played to open the cluster, now they're there for John.
Nine.
Big frame now this. You feel that John Higgins needs to take advantage of this.
As with O'Sullivan, John Higgins never misses a trick on making things a little easier.
16.
He's gone into the bumps there. Spread them nicely.
17. Thank you.
Little cannon on that red to the left of the pink would be perfect. Well, he could get into it a bit better than I thought. For his play for that red, I thought he may be playing the cannon for.
24. $25.